where I need to go. The second thing that started to happen for me that I can kind of recall that led to the ability to get there was, I remember other speakers in time, and I read this in books where they said, if you wanna expand your business, you got to get a bigger dream. And so, my definite major purpose, or if you will, my dream in life is not really about me. It's about, creating and building a community where self-determination is our basic way of life. And so in order to do that, I have to achieve things that are outside of the realm of what I can accomplish by myself. And so the next thing is really kind of a concept around scale. And I had prided myself along the way at like always being the guy that could deliver and do so many things. It was me, I, Rashad was magic. And it wasn't until I got to the point, I can't remember who told me this, but man, this saved me. Terry, this saved me to me. And he said, why are you talking about this though? Like, why do you get in front of customers and talk about just what you can do? You realize you're a firm. Your network is bigger than you. So it doesn't matter what people ask you. You can do it, because all you got to do is call somebody who can do it and connect them and just make sure that they're in the contract to do it with your business, and you're done. And so it started to allow me to now go after bigger pieces of work. And with my confidence now in place, knowing that, hey, these other people are afraid that that's what I'm coming after their work anyway. So let me start going after their work. And let me stop acting like I can't do this because, by myself I can't do it. But when I started to realize that it was bigger than me, and that, you can't feed your ego and your family at the same time. So I took my ego out of it and started to say, let me go into these meetings and not be the smartest guy in the room, and not try to be the one who could come up with all the answers, and not even fake the funk like I got the answers. All I got is questions so that I could fill out a piece of paper to go back to someone else and say, here's what they said they needed. Do you do this? And then I got friends who do recruiting, so I call them. I'd be like, yo, can you help me find a person who could do this work? And they'd be like, yep, pay me tomorrow. I'd be like, nope, I need to pay you to your lesson, net 30. Let me get the money up and get these bills paid. Let me get an invoice paid. I'll pay you. You'll bring the people. I'll make them show up and do the work. And now all I got to do is get a little bit off the top of the work that they show up and do. And I don't have to be, Mr. Big Shot, Michael Jordan, trying to always take over the game all by myself. Right? So at that point, I just learned how to be a really good team player. It wasn't about delegating. It was about realizing that me, Rashad, when Jay-Z says I'm a businessman, right, the thing that we could get messed up thinking is that this is an egotistical statement about how cool he is. But if you really look behind the magic, you start to see that, listen, does Jay-Z run title? F out of here, man. No.
Right.
He's got a whole team.
He wasn't making drinks at the 40-40 club.
No, not at all. Like, you hire amazing people to come and do this work, and you just figure out how you get the money in place, just like you did with your net 30 terms of your invoice, so that you can put other people in place to go and win and go and do what they do best. And so that made it easier to scale, because at that point, there's nothing I can't do. I can bid on anything. I can go after any work, because I'll at least know somebody who has the capacity to do it. And I'm not stuck on thinking that I need to be the one who knows all the answers.
So you
can't feed your ego and your family at the same time.
You stopped viewing yourself as a service provider, and you started viewing your organization as a broker.
Exactly. But
that's
I started viewing my organization as a firm. When someone talks to me, they're talking to a consulting firm or a marketing firm or whatever it is that they're talking about. This is a firm. And for all intents and purposes, I could have 500 people behind me doing this. And really, I only need 2 or 3 who know what they're doing. And I could pay them at least a consultant fee to write the proposals and get me to work. After that, I got plenty of people I know who can recruit. Shoot, you can't put a post on LinkedIn without recruiters hitting you up saying, hey, do you need staff? Do you need this? You need this. So I stopped thinking about myself as needing to be the center of all the attention, and started realizing that I am a firm. Like, I am a business, and that business is hundreds to thousands of people strong who can get the work done. I don't need to do it. I just need to connect to the right people who can at least write the proposals and make the money show up. When I realized I was a firm, the scale happened. It wasn't even hard after that. It's really not hard when you actually make the transition to being a firm and not trying to be, the ball hog.
Rashad, let me.
Rashad
I'm
Howard, I'm a businessman.